welcome back to another video. Yes, I'm in my same top. Yes, I'm in the same makeup and the same hair and the same situation, because yes, I am bulk filming on a Saturday because I'm trying to hold myself accountable and start filming more. Today we have 5 new authors that have been thrust onto the radar. This is Dom, and I actually have 2 authors that are traditionally published. They are imprints of Hatchet or Hachette books, however you pronounce it. I'm basic, I'm northern, I'm going to say Hatchet. I'm going to start with these authors and then I'm going to move on to the indie ones. So, you will have already seen vlogs including both of these authors, but I wanted to do an individually dedicated video to say that these authors are now on my radar and I'm looking for more books from them. If you know of any other books that they've written that I haven't found yet, please leave them down below. First up, we have Sarah Hogan. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Hogan? I'm going to say Hogan. And this was kindly gifted and recommended to me by Meg at 12 Books a Day. And this was such a good read. This was a 5-star read for me. I have wholeheartedly embraced my contemporary side in the last sort of 12 months, maybe a bit less. And I now have almost a full bookshelf of growing contemporaries sat on top of my vanity unit. I am really... This is not a smutty read, but it is a very good read. I'll be rereading this and doing a full in-depth review, spoiler free obviously, on this, but this follows Naomi and Nicholas, who got together, quickly got engaged, and as it gets closer to the wedding, cracks start to form and things happen. This is a very unique situation in a contemporary from what I've read. You normally read of people getting together and then a blip happens and then things all turn out funky, fine and fresh. This is different. The couple are together at the beginning of the book and it's about them working around what issues have come up. And I've said multiple times, I hate the miscommunication trope, because the majority of times I've read that trope, it is done badly. In this book, however, that trope is done so well. You can understand why they think and feel the way that they think and feel, and why they may not have voiced that to their partner. It makes sense. It's not a miscommunication trope just for the sake of that 3rd act blip that contemporaries like to do, and authors tend to just throw in the miscommunication trope because it's an easy fix. This is genuinely like how adults are supposed to try and work their way through a relationship, and I'm not going to say whether or not it turns out good or bad in the end, but I would recommend that you read this. Thank you, Meg, for this recommendation. I am going to be reading more from this author, and if you like what I've just said in my very mumbly way, I recommend you pick this up, and I recommend you check out more from this author as well. The next one, it's a contemporary author, and she has 2 books out, and it's Rosie Dannon. I've already got the 3rd book that's on my radar that's out next year. I can't put into words how good these books are. This one is more smutty than this one. This one's the first one, this is the second. I'm going to say they're a series because the character Naomi in this, you meet in this one, and I wouldn't suggest you read the Intimacy Experiment before you read The Roommate, but the vibes, the characters, the relationships in both books are top tier. My favourite is still The Roommate. It's going to be one that I talk about forever, and it's going to be my contemporary love hypothesis, because my fantasy love hypothesis is always going to be Legends and Lattes. Come on, let's just be real. It's going to be Legends and Lattes forever, isn't it? But Rosie Dannon does such a good job of discussing some quite difficult topics as well. Again, things are not just thrown in these books for the sake of furthering a plot. They have purpose, they have reason, and it's such a breath of fresh air to read from an author who knows how to write a good contemporary. It's not, I mean, just because you can write don't mean you should. And I've read some pants contemporaries in my time, and tropes thrown around for just absolutely no reason whatsoever. In The Roommate, there are some healthy discussions around certain things. I'm not going to say much if you haven't read it, but it's a very, very good read. And this, like I said, this is more smutty. I'd probably say spice level 3-4. This is more spice level 1 and 2. It's not really spicy, there's a lot of angst though, and sexual tension, but both are still very adult. So, Rosie Dannon, hells yes. Get in my pocket, get on my shelves. Take my money. I don't know what get in my pocket meant, but never mind. Anyway, the next author that has been on my radar recently is Helena Craggs. Helena is the author of the Youngling series. I've now read books 1 and 2, Shadow and Magic and Fire and Magic, and both were 4-star for me. If you are looking for a cute YA with fun relationships, fun characters, a main character that he makes some mistakes and he's very hot-headed. He is half demon after all. If you would like to delve into a world of magic and just immerse yourself in really cute YA that has a bit of a mystery element to it and like magical crime solving teams, I just love it. I loved it. I have done a review on this already, I think. Question mark? I don't know. But I'm going to be looking out for more things from this author, and I would suggest you do the same. I know that a lot of people that are of my age in my friend group are moving away from YA, but if you are still very much into YA, I would highly recommend this series. And I don't know when book 3 is coming out, if there is going to be a book 3, I hope there is. But if there is, I will be getting it. I'll be getting it. Okay, so I'm going to save my favourite one that I found recently for the last, but Seventh Cadence, Jim Wilborn, this author right here. Have you seen this book? How pretty. What gripped me about this is the synopsis. Shall we read the synopsis? I haven't read the synopses of the rest of them, but this is what drew me into this book and this author. So first off, when I saw the cover, I was like, bam, bow, what the hell? And then I saw that Jim is an indie author. So I was like, get on the list. And then I read the synopsis. And I am reading this month. Fingers crossed. We're in August. If it's not in my August wrap up, no, we're not in August. We're in September. If it's not in my September wrap up, I never said that I was reading it this month. But I will be reading it at some point in my life. Anyway. After a supernatural and unforeseen calamity shatters a tentative alliance of the 5 realms, the Deseran Dominion has returned to take back their homeland and restore their oppressive regime. As the Dominion readies their troops for invasion, the fate of the entire world rests in the hands of a fugitive scientist, a powerful pacifist, and an unseasoned prince with little to guide them but their own ideals. With the freedom of a kingdom at risk, each must find their own place in a world torn asunder. I mean, what else do you need? What else do you need? There's science in this as well. The Seventh Cadence is a sweeping high fantasy epic of war, found family, and reckoning with fate. I do love a found family book, and I'm really, really into my epic high fantasy at the moment. So, I really need this, and I want to know what that thing is on the front of the cover. I want to know how that fits into this whole thing. Because I want one. Can you make it a plush toy, please, Jim? And I will buy said plush toy. Is that what you're supposed to be saying about a book character or being? No, but I want it. I have a Christmasaurus, so why can't I have one of those things, whatever it is? I don't know. But this is not talking about me and my weird obsession with buying plush toys. But the 5th one is Clay Harmon, Flames of Mira. I don't know if I've told you that I really liked this book. I don't know if I've told you that I gave it 5 stars. I don't know if I've told you that I'm also very excited for whatever Clay Harmon brings next, but I am. And if you do like high fantasy mixed with magic and a bit of darkness and a subterranean city, and please grab Flames of Mirror, open it and read it, because it is so good. This follows Ig, who's flesh bound to a magnate, who's not a nice guy, who has 3 children who are very morally grey. Everyone in this is morally grey. I just love when an author is not afraid to make the main character not prim, proper and perfect. I think the reason why I like some of these indie authors, and I'm kind of really wanting to push these authors that I love, is because even though it's a fantasy world, some of the people do ring like more realistic. Like I can get a bit tired of the main character being a bit too perfect and proper, and you know, the heroine or hero of the story and can never do any wrong, and you know, conveniently things work out. And a lot of the indie authors I've been reading from, they don't pull any punches. It's no holds barred. If you like a character, they could easily be killed off as do you know what I mean? It's, and Claire Harmon, the way that he writes and builds worlds and characters, even the ones that you're not supposed to like, you kind of want to like, and he's just so good. And this is his debut. I mean, come on, the audacity of you smashing it with a 5-star on your debut. Who do you think you are? I don't know, but I love it. And I'm going to be keeping my wee little eyes open for whatever comes next from Claire Harmon, because Jesus Christ on a bicycle, I was blown away by this book. Thank you once again for sending me an arc of this. I apologise for me not reading it in July when I was supposed to, but I did finally read it and I loved it. So do I get brownie points for that? Yes, I think I do. I'm really excited to read more indie. I'm currently reading, again, I already mentioned this person last month. I don't think I can go a vlog or video without mentioning Ryan Kyle, but I'm currently reading Of Darkness and Light, and once again 5 stars, top tier. I'm just loving all the indiness and the fact that so good, such good quality books coming out. What I will say, just in general, just as a whole, just because you see a book on Kindle Unlimited is free, there's this assumption that because it's free on Kindle Unlimited that it's not going to be good. I really urge you to still pick those kinds of books up anyway, because a lot of indie authors, even for a short period, will put their books on Kindle Unlimited to get them out to more people. And I think you'll be missing out when you don't pick these books up. We have a mixture this month. We have contemporary, we have YA, we have adult, we have a dark fantasy. It is adult, but it's dark. And yeah, those are my authors that have recently swooped onto my radar, and I would like to share them with you. And if you don't already have anything from these authors, and what I've babbled about over the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes sounds very interesting to you, I urge you to pick them up. I will see if I remember, if Eddie and Lisa remembers. I will link them all down below wherever you can purchase these from. And until next time, if you would like to see more videos like this from me, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know that you would like to see more of these. I will now be linking in my description box of every video a Google form for you to recommend books to me. If you would like to recommend a book to me, even if you think it might be slightly out of my comfort zone, then fill in that form that will be linked down below. Recommend a book. I will read it and do an individual review on it that I will post on my channel and tag you in as soon as it's posted. And yes, I'm hoping that I will be given more books to read, find more authors that I can fall in love with the way that I fall in love with all these authors. And that's it from me, I think. As always, my socials are linked down below if you would like to communicate with me on other platforms. Until next time, be kind, be happy, and stay true to you, and I'll see you all on another morning. Bye.